Writing papers is by far the task that gives college students the most amount of trouble, and it shouldn't. Writing papers can actually be ridiculously easy if you understand this one thing, and that is that academic writing is the ability to effectively answer everything that was asked in a writing prompt. No more, no less. Let's say these are your instructions. The first thing you need to do is locate what you're doing. In other words, what is this assignment asking you to do? Looking through here, what this assignment is asking you to do is write a 10 to 15 page business plan. Cool. The next thing you need to look for is how you're going to do it. In other words, you have 10 to 15 pages to fill. What are you going to fill them with? Our instructions here are showing us that you're going to fill those pages with a startup cost analysis, a cost benefit analysis, a break-even analysis, a cost volume profit analysis, lots of analysis in this assignment. But then you're going to move on to a pro forma financial statement. And finally, you're going to include a discussion. And since our goal is to make the writing process ridiculously easy, what better way than to use this list to structure our paper? In other words, we're going to use this to create an outline for our assignment. And so first things first, you're going to create your title page. I'm going to be demonstrating this in APA 7th edition. However, know that you can follow this guide just using the proper formatting standards if you're using Harvard or Chicago. Boy, she's fast. Since we are using APA formatting, what you're going to do next is copy the title, and we're going to paste it as the first main section, starting our paper, indicating the introduction. After that, we're going to defer to the assignment to create the rest of this outline. Looking over here, we can see that we're being asked to start by writing 1 to 2 pages that describes this criteria. And in other words, this is going to be the introduction portion of this paper, making number 1, startup cost analysis, the first official main section to be included in your outline. From here, I'm going to create 6 main sections to reflect the 6 main objectives in my writing instructions. If you'll notice, these section headings are using the exact keywords found on the assignment. I'm also leaving out any abbreviations or wording that don't follow APA formatting, for example, the slash in number 2 and the abbreviation CVP in parentheses in number 4. But now that we're finished with the main objectives in our outline, we officially have the bare bones structure of our assignment. Before we move on to including all the subsections, there's one thing we're going to do first, and that is to literally copy the instructions from your assignment, and I want you to paste them into your outline like this. The reason for this is that when you're writing your paper, you will easily be able to reflect back to your assignment instructions. So as you're going through your main sections and your subsections, you're making sure that you're fulfilling them exactly as they need to be. This is incredibly helpful if you're either new to academic writing, if you've never gotten the hang of it, or you just struggle in general. By the way, don't worry so much about the formatting of the instructions in your assignment. I like to keep mine single spaced. I'll even italicize it just so it's easy for me to spot the instructions when I'm writing my actual paper. Now we're going to go back through each section and read the objectives to determine where we need to include subsections. My rule of thumb for this is when you're reading through your instructions, if an objective has distinct differing topics, that's when you're going to want to switch to subsections. Let's read through the first one to get a feel for this. So in our startup cost analysis, we're being asked to include a detailed list of how much it will cost to start the business. This list should include the following: the cost of property, buildings, machinery, equipment, planning, legal fees, consulting fees, and 1 year of operational costs. So what this tells me is that there's 2 different topics in the startup cost analysis. Number 1, the criteria containing to the actual startup costs. And then number 2, we're being asked to include a projection of 1 year's worth of operational costs. That leads us on to section 2, which is asking us to perform a cost-benefit analysis through a SWOT analysis, which, if you're not familiar with what a SWOT analysis is, it simply stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Next, we have our break-even analysis. And the break-even analysis is a good demonstration that not all sections are going to need subsections. So in other words, everything in the instructions, they all pertain to a break-even analysis. There are no other distinct topics in which we would need to break this down even further. But let's go ahead and move right along to the next section, which is the cost, volume, profit analysis. Here, I want to point out two things. One, sometimes you're going to have to include a placeholder for your section headings. For example, here it's asking you to identify 2 to 4 qualitative factors. Well, you haven't researched yet, so you don't know what those qualitative factors are. Also, note how I've chosen to include 3 qualitative factors when my objective calls for anywhere between 2 or 4. Anytime you're asked to make a number of points, there's a range and you get to pick, go for the middle or higher number. Never go for the lowest number, because this is perceived to being lazy, and oftentimes you'll miss points for simply not fulfilling that writing prompt because you chose the lowest number. But that concludes section 4, leading us on to number 5, which are the pro forma financial statements. And here it's quite simple. We need to include 3 distinct sections for the income statement, balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. But now you're left with the final section, which is going to be the discussion. In here, there's no subsections that the assignment is calling for. So before we discuss the conclusion, because there's some important points I want to make, I want to zoom out so you can see your outline. Imagine how ridiculously easy it's going to be for you to come through and fulfill each section one at a time. So you start with your introduction. When you're finished there, you can move on to the second section, which is your startup cost analysis, where you'll know to complete the operational cost as well as the startup cost analysis, because your outline reflects it and you're able to read your instructions. So in this section in particular, where there's a lot of little criteria to meet, imagine how nice it'll be to have your instructions listed out. And when you're finished writing this objective, you simply delete as if they were never there to begin with, leaving you with a nice, clean, outlined paper. But now let's scroll all the way to the bottom and let's talk about the conclusion for a second. Because while you can't use the word introduction to start your paper, you can use the word conclusion to conclude it. The thing about this is you have a few options when it comes to formatting it. For example, if the last section in your paper is already concluding your paper, then you want to include the conclusion as a subsection to the last section. For example, in our assignment here, number 6, our last objective is a discussion, which is where you're wrapping up the paper. Therefore, the conclusion would naturally fall as a subsection to the discussion. Now, let's say that the discussion didn't exist in this assignment and the last objective was number 5, a pro forma financial statement. This is when I would opt for the other choice of creating a new main section for the conclusion, so that way it properly wraps up the entire paper and not just the objective number 5. Which, by the way, if you have a hard time writing your conclusion or introduction for that matter, be sure to move on to one of these videos next where I walk you through exactly how I structure both my introductions and my conclusions, making this ridiculously easy as well.